good morning, and today, the 29th of June, only one more day in June left and we go into July. Remember, there are 30 days in September, April, June and November. Let's have a look then. Today then, we are measuring time in seconds, and it's our last lesson. It's lesson 11 of unit 11, our last lesson in time. Going to be starting on page 65, but please don't start until we've been through the slides to make it easier for you. Now then, how long is a second? I want you now, I've got my, if you can see it, I've got my stopwatch on my phone. I want you, please, to stand up. When you think 1 minute is up, I want you to sit down. And I will shout stop, and we'll see who is closest. See how far you was out. Yeah. So I'm going to press and you're going to start. I've got my clock here. I'm not going to show it you, obviously. I'll just shout out stop. 1 minute. And we've done this before in rowing. I'm sure you have in your class. And I'll give you a clue. You don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that is not seconds. That's just you counting. It's usually you can say 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or you might say, some people say an elephant is a really good way. So there's lots of different ways, what words you can use. Or you might just want to close your eyes and concentrate. Ready to start? So, and I want you to stand up and start now. I'll tell you now, only 12 seconds have gone so far. Stop. And that was 1 minute and 0.34 of a second. That wasn't quick enough. That was 1 minute, not even 1 second, 0.34. Didn't that seem a long time? I thought there must be something wrong with this, but there isn't. It's the fact that when you think about it, a second, when you were waiting, seems like quite a long time. And yet, when you go out to play, you think about you only get 10, 15 minutes. It seems like that's really quick and it goes fast. Yeah, so 1 second while you're waiting for it, it does seem quite a long time. Right, let's look at our Discover page today then. I've got lots of stopwatches there. I've got my digital one on my phone, but these are the analog ones that you just press down. So let's have a look then. It says, how long have Richard and Amelia been playing? Well, there's Richard and there is his stop clock. Yeah, stopwatch I should say, not clock. And there we've got Amelia's, and Amelia's is a digital one, and that's that reading. So it says, how long have they been playing? So that's when they've stopped playing. And section B, what else could Lee use to measure time in seconds? And if you have a look, it's saying my stopwatch isn't working. It's stopped. What can you do? So you might want to pause now, and then we'll look at the answers. So pause when you've got them jotted down or you've got them in your head. Let's have a look at the answers. Let's have a look what we found then. So Richard first then. This is Richard's clock. I keep saying clock and it's not, it's a stopwatch. Stopwatch, looks like a clock. 60, I've just put a 0 there to remind us, with it being up, they can't put 60 and 0 at the same. So they put 60 for when you've gone all the way around, but it is actually starting from 0. You could count in 5, 10, 15, but you don't need to, look, because on stopwatches, they've already been done. So we know that Richard is 50 seconds. He's been playing for 50 seconds. Amelia, hers is easier, look, because it's just showing you the seconds. It's 35 seconds. It hasn't been a minute, it's just been 35 seconds. When we look what Lee could have done, Lee could have looked, did you see the clock on the wall? The clock on the wall also had a second hand, and most clocks do have second hands, and he could have used that. And if he would have used that, it's always better to start measuring from when it's at the top, when it's on 12, which is the same as 0 if we are measuring in our seconds. So how did we go on? Did we do good? Great. Let's look at thinking together then. Let's look at this first one. How long does each activity take? Well, there's the star jumps here. We started at that time and it ended here. But look, it's not 35 and it's not 40. If you can see where it's been shading in, we can see that it's gone past 35, 36, with 37 seconds. Remember, this 60 starts at 0. So that would have been 37 seconds. If we look at this one's tricky. It's much trickier because it's the start time is actually started at 12 seconds and finished at 55. So this one's a bit trickier. So what you've got to do, you've got to find the difference. I'm sure you knew that already. So we want to know, we've got to find the difference between that time to get us the right answer. So we've got 55 and 12. How can we find the difference? Can you remember? Yeah, you always do a subtraction. If we're finding a subtraction zone, we can use the number line to count on from 12 till we get to 55 to find how many. So there's two ways of doing that. There's this way, which is the column method, or where you're adding on a number line. Let's have a look. If we're looking at the number line, I've got 12. If I add on my 3 ones, that will take me then to 15. I don't need to add any more ones. I know I only need 3 because I've got 5 ones there and 5 ones there. So then I can just add on into tens. So I know I add another 10 on and get 25, another 10 on to give me 35, another 10 to give me 45, and another 10 would take me to the 55. So I've got to add on that, and that. Now, if I add all of those on, it will give me the same answer as this. Shall we have a look? 5 take away 2. Well, if I've got 5 and I'm taking away 2, I know I've got 3 left. If I've got 5 take away 1 will give me 4 left. Did you get it right? I think I told you. 43. This one says 48 seconds have gone by. How many seconds are left until a minute has passed? Now then, this is my stopwatch, and we can see how many has gone by. We know it's 48. How many's left? How many's left before we get to the minute? 2 ways we could do this. In fact, there's 3 ways really. If we look at this way, we could just add on the seconds that it's going to go to meet it, couldn't we? We could look how many seconds are there, or we could find the difference between 60 and 48. You might want to pause it while you do this. It's entirely up to you. Or we can just do it together now. So we have a look. 60, I'm going to find the difference between 60 and 48. Now I know if I'm doing it in this way, my column method, 0, take away 8, I've got 0, I cannot possibly take 8 from there. So I'm going to have to exchange it from that 6. And that 6 then, instead of 6 tens, obviously it's going to be 5 tens. And I've taken that 10, I've exchanged it, so my 0 is now worth 10. 10 take away 8, and that will give me, what do you think? Yeah, 2. 5 take away 4 will give me 1. So it would give me 12. Another way I could have done it, 48, add on till I get to 60. I could have added 2 on to take me to 50, another 10 to take me to 60, which would have been the same answer as 12. So it would have been 60 take away 48, 12. So there are 12 seconds left. How did you get on? Good. So let's have a look at the challenge today. How would you write each time in seconds? So we've got half a minute is how many seconds, 1.5 minutes is how many seconds, and 2.5 minutes is how many seconds. I am going to use what I know about the number of seconds in a whole minute to help me. So you can do the same. I'm sure that's quite a nice challenge. I'm sure you'll do absolutely amazing. Let's look at the reflect. I'm going to estimate a minute by counting to 60 as quickly as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I carried on like that to 60. Would a minute be up or what? Thinking about that one. Yes. So we know she's made a mistake. Explain what she should do differently. So think about it in your own words. How would you tell her to estimate a minute? Let's look at the end of unit check then. Yes. Now, you might want to just jot the answers, or you can just say them out loud, and we'll go through them one at a time. We often do this one in class, as you know, in the afternoon, but I think we've got time to run through it today because today was quite a quick lesson. Let's see how many of you can get half of them right, maybe. Some of you might get all of them right. Let's have a look what we remembered. One of these months has 30 days. So is it January, February, March, April? I think they've worded that not very clever, actually, because if a month has got 31 days, it's still got 30 in, hasn't it? And I think it should say which one of these months has only got 30 days. So which one is it? January, February, March, or April? So is it A, B, C, or D? So the answer is April. 30 days are September, April, June and November. The rest of 31 apart from February, which is 28 days, apart from this year because it's a leap year, 29 days. Did you get that one right? Let's look at number 2. Which of these statements is not true? So we're looking at which one is not true. A, there are 12 months in a year. B, a day lasts from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. Look what time I went to bed last night. A day lasts 24 hours. D, a year usually lasts 365 days. Sometimes it lasts 366 days. So let's have a look. Is it A, 12 months in a year? B, a day lasts from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. C, a day lasts 24 hours. Or D, a year usually lasts 365 days. Sometimes it lasts 366. We want the question that is, or the statement that is wrong. Brilliant. Did you get that one right? If you go to bed at a certain time, wow. A day could only last 18 hours. Let's look at 3 then. This clock shows an afternoon time. What time is it? So we've got 4:58 a.m. Is that in the afternoon? B, 2 minutes to 5. C, 16:58. D, 4:55 p.m. Remember, the clock shows the afternoon time. So should we see which what did you get right? Should we see if you're right? Get it right. C. Can we say it's gone past 4? And we know because it's saying 16, so we know that's gone past the morning. It's gone past the morning time. So it's got to be C. Yeah. Although it's 2 minutes to 5, that says AM. That's in the morning, and we wanted the afternoon. Bit of a trick on that one. That was a very nice one, was it? Let's look at number 4 then. It is 22:47. The duration, and that's how long it lasts. The TV program is 33 minutes. What time did it finish? So 22, we know that that's gone past the morning, so it's going towards the night time. It isn't night time. So is it 20 past 11 at night? Is it 22:80? Is it 20 past 10 at night? Or is it 11:20 at AM at morning? And we know that's not right. Which one is it? Which one do you think? Yeah, A, it's 20 past 11 at night. Because if we add 33 minutes onto that 47, that will take us 1 hour and 20. That will put on 1 hour and 20, because 33 and 47 is 80 minutes. So it's 80 minutes after that. So that is 20 past 11. Oh, and we've got there 20 past 11 there. Look, but that's AM, and we know that this is past the morning. Let's look at number 5. Molly is timing 1.5 minutes. How many seconds is this? Is it A, 60 seconds, B, 90 seconds, C, 60.5 seconds, D, 1.5 seconds. She's timing 1.5 minutes. So how many seconds is in this time? Did you get it right, B? Yeah, because we know that the 60 seconds is in 1 minute, and we know that half a minute is 30. And if we add them together, we get 90. This is quite a tricky one. Don't forget you can pause as you go along. A train starts its journey at the time in the morning, at this time in the morning. So we can see that it's gone past 11 by 5, 10, 15 minutes past 11. It finishes its journey at this time in the afternoon. So we can see that it's gone past in the afternoon now. It's gone past the 12, so we've gone, and it's gone past 2, but it's not actually quarter past, is it? Look, can we see? So it's actually not done 11, 12, 1, 2. It's actually not done 3 hours yet, has it? What's the time? It's 2 hours and 55 minutes. How did you go on? Good? Yeah. Don't worry if you didn't do really well in this. What you could do is try it again in a week's time and see how you go on then. And it's amazing how good you can get by keep revisiting things. Yeah. Quite a tricky end of unit task this was, wasn't it? Yeah. But well done for having a go. Let's have a look then at your end of unit checklist. Let's have a look. This is in your book, as you know, as usual. So you're doing pages 68 and 69. And if you've got a chance to have a power play, that's always nice, isn't it, to do that in twos. Please have a go at that if you've got time. But you might want to come back to it another day. It's entirely up to you. So that is the end of our time unit, and you'll be doing it again next year. You'll be working on some more difficult problems from where you've left off. So tomorrow we are starting shape and angles, and that should be quite a nice lesson, shouldn't it? So I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.